disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene, and with me, as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
It's been a long weekend.
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Inner Network. On Mondays, we got Raw with Mimi and Lump. Tuesday is CTE with Chris Los and Trav. Wednesdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Mike, Joe, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can get the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Inner Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fellas, it's showtime. What's up?
Not much, man. It's been an interesting week. Kids are back to school. Wife is at work. The weekend's been real nice. This is my final fantasy football weekend, so I'm enjoying that. And, we got Labor Day coming up, and I'm going to have a barbecue to end everything over at my parents' before I got to work. So it'll be nice.
Okay, cool. Books, are you having a wonderful weekend?
I am definitely having a wonderful weekend.
Okay, you doing any training this week? Got any fights coming up, man?
I'm going to train after this, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to train after this, definitely.
I got you. All right, cool. That's cool. My weekend's pretty good also, guys. Let me ask you guys this. What you guys think of the movie?
I like this movie a lot. I enjoy this movie.
Ninja Assassin.
I liked it, but I felt like Mortal Kombat should have had these gory scenes.
Everybody I talked to said the same thing.
I felt like for me, like I liked the movie, the overall, like the fighting, everything, the story, everything was great. I just felt like at times I felt like I was watching Mortal Kombat, like a video game. I was like, Joe, this movie came out in 3D?
That's what I was going to ask. Okay.
I didn't see it in 3D, but it came out in 3D.
Some parts you could tell this was made for like a 3D movie.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like I really don't have any complaints about this movie.
You know what? I think this is the best one of the ninja themed movies that we watched so far, in my opinion. Like, I mean, it beats Three Ninjas. Even the Turtle movie, like as far as just the overall movie, I said even the Turtles movie. Yeah, I said it. Even the Turtles movie. This movie is better than the Ninja Turtles movie. Are you really gonna debate me about that?
Ass on that one. That's definitely not happening, bro.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's definitely not happening, bro.
You made me drop my iPad. Come on, really?
I'm sorry, bro, but you are not telling me this is better than the Ninja Turtles. I swear to God. Wait.
You're not serious. He's not serious, is he, Joe? Like,
here's the problem, guys. Okay, I'm gonna stop this right now. The problem is you're comparing apples to vegetables. You know, like you're comparing fruit to vegetables. You're not comparing. They're not the same movies. Just because they have ninja in the title.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I said that out of all of the ninja movies that we've seen, this was the best one to me, and I said yes. Even the Turtles movie.
Out of the adult movies, sure. It's not better than Ninja Turtles. Absolutely not.
Why not? Why not? Yeah, tell me why not.
Where should I start?
You telling me the fight scenes in Ninja Turtles is better than this movie?
It's more realistic.
The fight scenes in Ninja Turtles.
They just don't jump around as much. Everything's more grounded. Weapons, size. I'm just saying.
But they never use the weapons the way they're supposed to. Ninja Assassin does, so I gotta give that one to Gene.
As I just said, kid movie to adult movie. I'm just putting it out.
You know what? Let's get a Mortal Kombat meets Ninja Turtles. Let's do it for real.
That's not no.
Okay. Let's cut the Shredder's head right off. Okay. You want to go there? Let's go there.
Right. Right.
I'm just saying.
Mortal Kombat is more for Ninja Assassin.
I'm saying let's give the R-rated Ninja Turtles. Why not? Let's use those weapons. I want to see Raphael poke someone in the eye with a sai. I want to see Leonardo cut someone's arm off.
Leonardo
I want to see Donatello bust someone's face open. I want to see Michelangelo nunchuck someone to death. Go for it. Let's do it.
Michelangelo used their weapons good. Raphael and Leonardo can't because they have like lethal weapons, and that's why. But just all right, whatever. We're getting way off. This is
we always do this. This always happens. I have a feeling it's going to happen more today for certain reasons.
maybe. Okay, so the movie.
I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead, Joe.
Listen, I saw this movie in the theaters, right? And I took my wife with me. She's not against like blood and gore and violence and everything, but that opening scene told me everything I needed to know about this movie. I'm like, this is how we're gonna do it.
Yeah, man. This movie is really, really gory. You know, if somebody doesn't like gore, I wouldn't suggest you watch this movie at all. I mean, it's a lot of blood and it's graphic. But you know, I thought it was kind of cool how they did it. I just wasn't expecting the amount of blood that we got in this movie.
They cut off a man's kneecaps.
Yep.
Yeah, so the movie starts off. I'm assuming that even in the beginning of the movie, this is Berlin, where we see the first guy. I just didn't know why who this guy was and why he was killed. There's a guy in a tattoo shop. He's getting a tattoo. And then one of his boys comes in with an envelope, and inside the envelope is black sand. And I guess that means, well, no, I don't guess. I know that means that whoever gets that envelope, they're about to die because a ninja assassin, is going to show up to kill him. The way this was done, I didn't understand it until later on. Like, why was this part even in the movie? But I wondered who this guy was and why the Klan wanted to kill him. Do you guys know? Like, this? I see that there was a sequel to this movie. Does this scene have anything to do with the sequel?
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
Wait, there's a sequel?
I thought I saw that online when I typed in Ninja Assassin. I thought I saw Ninja Assassin 2.
I did too. I didn't look into it though. I should really look into that. I'm curious now.
Okay.
If they have it, we should definitely watch it.
What did you guys think of this scene though? In particular,
I just thought the opening scene was just to set the groundworks for how the ninja work as a unit. That's what I just thought it was just to show like this is if you are going to die, this is how it would happen.
Well, we're missing a little bit of a component. So the guy doing the tattoos is a really old gentleman, and he's kind of upsetting the guy he's doing the tattoo on. And this guy, when he gets the black sand, the tattoo artist freaks out because he knows what's about to happen. He says, like, the ninja, he wouldn't even say ninja.
Right.
So he showed him his chest, and he showed where the last time that black sand came, he got stabbed in his heart. And the only reason he survived is because his heart was on the other side. Right. Otherwise, he would have been dead from that day.
Right. And that comes back later on in the movie. So before that, I mean, you know, when I had to watch this a second time because some of this kind of tricked me a little bit. Like this scene, I was wondering like how this scene connects to anything else. And then also all the flashbacks that were happening in the movie. It was kind of throwing me off because it didn't seem like it was a flashback. It seemed like just the next scene. And I was wondering like what's going on with this, you know, this little kid and these kids that are being trained. And it wasn't until later on that I pieced it together, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Got you.
So yeah, I just looked up Ninja Assassin 2, and it looks like they're supposedly like rumors of making it. So even the latest rumors came out in June of this year, 2021. So I guess it's supposed to be happening at Netflix. Did this movie come out on Netflix? Was this a Netflix movie? No,
this was in theaters.
Okay. 2009. Okay, I mean Netflix did exist in 2009.
No,
My bad, bro. My bad.
Before Netflix was doing movies like that, I remember this came out in movie theaters. You know what's crazy? I remember when my brother and my dad watched this, they said they hated it because of all like the blood and gore and the CGI.
Yeah, some people can't handle that. Some people can't handle all that.
I watched it. I again, like I said, man, I thought it was good. Like I thought it was cool. I just thought like at times I was like, oh, I feel like I'm watching a fatality. Like,
everything was every fight scene was a
I'm ready
fatality.
for, like Shang Tsung to come out and like say something like craziness. But it was good. Though.
Now the old man this time was killed. Like he said, the first time that this happened, he wasn't killed because one of the swords went where his heart was supposed to, but his heart wasn't there. It's on the other side of his chest. But in this scene, looks like the ninja stuck around and just sliced him. And then we see the opening credit of Ninja Assassin. Go ahead, huh?
I thought that was fucked up, honestly.
Yeah, I did too.
I felt like he had no reason to die. Like there was nothing. I mean, I think they don't want any witnesses, so I get that point. But I felt like there's no need for him to die. Why did he have to get killed?
Yeah,
and it's that he's been respecting them for 57 years. He's been like honoring what they do. So, like, let him live. Let him tell another story. Like,
yeah, I mean, it has to be like you said, like they had to leave no witnesses. So that's the only thing I could think of. Also,
the ninja get a job and they complete the job. They don't care about who it is or what it is.
The dude they were supposed to kill, they cut his hands off. That he was just an innocent bystander in the making.
The next scene we get introduced to Mika and Ryan. Mika is a forensic researcher, and Ryan is I'm assuming he's like the director for Europolo. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, Interpol. Yeah, something like that.
Okay, all right. So that's pretty much like the FBI in Europe. I'm assuming that's what it seemed like to me. FBI or CIA or something like that. Mika has been following up on all of these ninja assassins, and then she found out about a Russian, ex-Russian KGB agent who had been researching. Now, Ryan later on says that there are people who are enabling this ninja assassin group to operate, but he never alludes to who it is, or what government or what agency those people are with. Now, am I missing something, or do you guys know?
No, because I thought it was interesting that her research basically was able to point out the amount of money that was the same as the amount of 100 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So that was because that was the original back in whenever these ninja clans were forming, 100 gold pieces, and then now what was it, like $1.5 million blah 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 or whatever.
And
that was interesting like to me. Yeah. She
broke that all the way down. Now Ryan at first doesn't seem like he's real interested in following up with this investigation, so she kind of takes it on her own because he's thinking of ninjas as something that's make-believe fantasy or something like that. But she's taking it really, really serious. After that, we have Rizzo, and we get introduced to him. He is in the laundromat. He's doing his laundry.
This scene gets me every time.
Yeah, and then there's a young lady in the laundromat also who asked him to help her fold the her sheets that she has, and then he instantly knew who she was. Now he asked her what clan she was with. Only thing we really know of is the main clan that he's from, Ozunu, right? That's the name of it?
Yep.
Okay. Now, do you guys know of any? Did they mention any other clans that you guys heard?
No,
none that I've seen.
They just kept saying the 9 clans. Okay. So actually, that's a couple things that could make for Ninja Assassin 2 to be interesting. Whoever was enabling the Ozunu to do what they're doing, number one, and number 2, there's 8 other clans who may want revenge, who are going to find out about Raizu. Okay, that's pretty cool. So did you guys like that fight scene?
They didn't really show much of a fight scene. It was a little bit of moving and talking, and then they go away to the security guard. He comes back, and there's a bloody mess in the washer.
Yeah, and at first I didn't know which one. Like, I didn't know who we were supposed to be, being introduced to in that scene. So I didn't know who that was in the washing machine. Go ahead, Books.
I just thought it was crazy how, like, I don't know, man. Like to me, I felt like at that particular scene, I watched like a horror movie. I felt like I was just watching. Like the blood just came out of nowhere. Like it was just like it's like someone. Honestly, it looked like someone hit a button. It was like blood.
it was a lot. It was a lot of blood also that was in
Razu took care of business and shoved her in the washer and took off.
Yeah.
He put her on super clean.
So then we see Mika and Ryan meeting again, and they're talking, and it seems like this time he's a little bit more open to believing what she has to say about this ninja clan.
He's got that Russian
KGB agent.
KGB that has some stuff that he gave her to really look into. So yeah, it's piquing his interest.
And now we see Raizu. Now we know that he survived that fight. It wasn't him in the washing machine. He's going into his place. Now the landlord said something to him about people were in his apartment or something, right?
Yeah, that was odd to me.
Yeah, because they never really followed up on anything after that. And we see after that, he's in his room, he's training, and we see his swords, we see his chain with the knife on the end of it. And he's, doing some exercises, practicing his skills. And then after that, we kind of get a flashback. And then we're introduced to Ozunu and his clan. So basically, this guy, from my understanding, he is kidnapping children and bringing them to, I don't know, what do you call that place where he was at?
Like a ninja compound, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like an academy. To be honest, and almost in like true traditional ninja movies, that's like very like common. That's like a common culture. Like usually like homeless kids off the street. And they bring them in.
Yeah, now that's what I was wondering. Was he kidnapping orphans? Or
Yeah,
was he actually, because he was telling them their parents left them.
Yeah, he was
right.
saying,
they never really explained it.
I always knew that in most of like the traditional ninja movies that I saw, like even like Snake Eyes, right? Like he's known as like being a homeless kid on the streets of Japan, and then they took him in and taught him like the way. That's like normally like how like the story goes.
Okay.
So that's always how I saw it.
Okay. So we spent some time here. Like I didn't know who I was lost. Like I said, the first time I saw this, because I didn't know who we were paying attention to. We see a little girl. I didn't know that was supposed to be a little girl at first because she just had her hair pulled back. So I didn't know. I thought that could have been. I thought this was all boys, and some had bald heads and some had hair. I couldn't tell. What did you think of Ozunu and his skills that he was doing? Like he was showing that he can cut himself and then heal himself. And like, is that supposed to be a thing? Do you guys see that in other ninja movies? No, I've never seen it. Okay, so that's just particularly for this movie. Okay, all right. What do you guys think of
that? Was the supernatural part that I was telling you guys about. Because they show some of that later too, which I thought was interesting. But I mean, come on.
You never know. To me, the supernatural part was every time the instructor kept going in like his gut and like that always do. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I tried doing it myself. I was like, can I do that? Like, I tried it. It was dope.
It was dope.
No, I couldn't do it. But like looking at it, you know what?
I was gonna say it would be interesting to do that to somebody.
I could try it. Someone else, I would do it. I'll let you know how it goes.
So we see some more training. Man. And this kid, like, he has his shirt off, and we can tell he's been getting hit. He has like all these different cuts on him. It's like he was either stabbed or sliced or whatever. So they take these kids through some hard training.
This training is no joke for sure.
I felt like Raizo was getting abused at one point.
Yeah, because I was wondering that because it kind of seemed like he was the only one going through things. Like I never saw any other kid doing anything.
No, listen, Raizo was the favorite. He says that at the end that you were my, basically he says you're my star pupil and you were supposed to take over for me. That's why it hurt him so much later on when he betrays them.
Yeah, but you put the kid through hell. You expect him to be saying,
yes, he's putting him through hell because he believes he's got the potential to be the best and take over. If you have to run this empire, right, and you're getting older and you know you're not going to be able to run it much longer, and you see a kid who can take over, yeah, you're going to put them through the works to make sure you're making the right decision.
Listen, but I would have thought that the same thing would have happened to the other kid, Takeshi, because none of that seemed to happen to him, and he seemed like he was the leader of the ninjas.
Only after Raizu did what he did. Because I think Raizu would have been the leader if he would have stuck to what he was supposed to do.
When I saw this movie, it actually made me think of like 300 with the way they like put their people through the training.
It was pretty similar to that actually. You're not wrong.
Like, but I just didn't. I just felt like he was doing it to Raizo too much. And it's not even like he was getting beat like with like a kendo stick. I'm saying like it's like, oh, you didn't do good, we're gonna cut your face. Like I just feel like that's where we're like, come on, man, like that doesn't build my character. That just makes me. No,
the worst one to me was the switch on the ankles and the heel and the calves. Oh, ugh.
That was
that one. That one made me like, oh, no, thank you.
Now when he's a little kid, he's having some help. There's a little girl helping him. We kind of get glimpses of her when he first arrives at this compound. But I believe her name is Kairuku. I think that was her name. Kirikou. Kirikou. Now, so she tends to his feet after that happens. She has some gel or whatever that she put on his feet. And we see them starting to have a bond with each other. Go ahead, Books.
I thought it was aloe.
Aloe. Oh, I don't know what it was.
It looked like the chemicals from like the seaweed.
Okay.
She like rubbed it on like his feet. It looked like it was like a natural type of ointment.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's likely. That's probably likely.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. What did you think of her character?
I wish I could have known more about her.
Okay.
Me personally, yeah.
I think that the decision that we find he makes later is because of her.
Yeah.
She gives him like a purpose and more of a heart when the main guy is basically trying to take that heart out and make him, have like a heart of stone.
Yeah. Now Mika, she back to the present. Mika decides to go speak to the widow of that KGB agent, and the widow is letting her know that some ninjas came and visited him, and he was nervous and scared after that visit. And then he increased his security, his cameras, but that didn't help anyway. The ninja still came for him. Now, what I was confused about, the widow gives Mika some items, some things, and one of the things was a video cassette. And it was the video cassette. I assumed it was the video cassette of him being murdered, right? Is that what you guys thought also?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Now, when that happened on the video, there is Raizu is in the video. And he wasn't, this is at a time when he was not the assassin. At least I didn't think he was an assassin at that time. Because he had long hair.
Yeah, that's odd. You're right. That is kind of out of place.
Yeah, okay. So I didn't know if he would, I don't know. That part confused me. Did you have something to say about that, Books?
I mean, when I saw it, I just thought like maybe that was him before he turned over a new leaf.
Well, see,
no, because here, think about this. Because Gene's onto something here. Because think about this, okay? So after we go through all the training at the compound, he has a final test.
Mm-hmm.
He has to kill a gentleman, bring him the watch, and that was what we thought was his final test. But then he still had to kill a betrayer of the clan.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he turned on the clan.
Right.
So then this would have had to be.
He had bald hair. He had to be here at that time when that happened.
So he did this when he was a rogue assassin. So why did he do that? Maybe because the guy was getting too close and he wasn't about to have them find out about it. He wasn't ready for him to find out about it. Yeah, I can't think of any other reason why he would do that on his own.
Maybe he thought the guy was with the clan. Like a disguise.
Could be. Could
Right?
be.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that one. I'm interested about that one. I never really thought about that till you just said that.
So
I didn't think nothing of it, honestly. Like, I saw him, but I didn't think it was like a backward thing. I thought it was,
He did not do that for the clan. He did that was on his own.
I don't know, but I'm saying like maybe he thought maybe he thought that guy was part of the clan, and he was disguising as like a normal everyday person.
It's possible.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Or did he try to save that guy, and the ones who actually killed him didn't get on camera, but he did?
man, that's a possibility. That is a possibility.
Dang! Now you got me thinking. I'm gonna have to watch it again.
So now Mika is in her room and she is learning about the tradition of this Japanese clan, and then we get a flashback again of Raizu and what did we say her name was? Kirikou. Yeah. And she is disobeying Ozunu. She's not I'm assuming these were bonsai trees, and she wasn't with letting shaping them. She wanted them to grow wild and grow free the way that they were naturally meant to grow. And then we see them bond, and she teaches him to listen to his heart. He doesn't think he has a heart, and then she has him listen to her heart, and then she listens to their heart, and I guess their heartbeats are kind of matching each other. So they're creating a connection between these two characters. Then
You know anything about that, Bugs?
Next scene, we see Raizu training again. Now this time he has to train with blindfolds. He can't see. He has to spend a year. I was wondering at this point, now every few months, is he going to have something else taken away and he'll get his other thing back? Like, is he going to be able to see in 2 or 3 months, and then he can't taste for 2 or 3 months, and then another 2 or 3 months after that he can't hear? They didn't really explain it because it didn't seem like he's got to be blind for a year, and then he can't eat for a year or taste anything for a year or can't hear for a year. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That sounds like hell.
It does.
Like,
It definitely doesn't sound fun.
I'll tell you what though, Joe wish he would have had that no tasting thing when he did the one chip challenge.
Oh man, that was a mess. I don't think not tasting would have helped me because it didn't. The taste wasn't the bad. It was the burning afterwards.
So when he's blindfolded, he is fighting Takeshi, and he ends up winning. He ends up using his hearing. Now, Buzz, I want to know this from you. This is a serious question.
What's up?
Now, is this Takeshi guy? Is this where Tekashi 6ix9ine got his name from? I'm being 100% honest. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I figured you would know. I mean, being up there in New York, and you into the martial arts movies, and I'm quite sure you're probably into hip hop. So,
bro, but I'm not into snitching, so I don't.
yeah.
So that's what me and Tekashi. But I know a lot about 6ix9ine.
I'm trying to stay on point, man. I'm the director for this week. Trav's not here. I'm trying to keep it on point.
I just got yelled at right now. So don't even. I just got yelled at. Don't even worry about it.
Of course you just got yelled at. Okay. All right. So now, this is the point where we see some more bonding, where Raizu and Kirikou are bonding over their heartbeats. So, even though he's like kind of tossing and turning as he's sleeping, and then he eventually hears her heartbeat, and that calms him down. So now the connection between these two characters is really, really strong. Kirikou is doing her training also. We see her train, and Ozunu wants her to
punish the one she just beat.
Yeah, he wanted her to stab him. But
cut him. She wanted him to cut.
Cut. That's right. Okay. So that doesn't necessarily mean kill this person that she was fighting. she drops the knife and she doesn't do it, and he ends up picking up and slicing her across the face. Would you guys have done it? Would you have cut the person you were fighting?
If I know that's what's gonna happen to me, hell yeah. Well, it depends. Am I with if I love the person? No. But if I don't care about you, yeah, because if I don't cut you, I'm gonna cut my face.
Right.
Yeah, knowing how crazy that dude is, I would do whatever I have to do to survive. Not gonna lie.
Right. So they end up putting her in like almost like a shark cage, and she's in the cage at night, and Raizu goes to her and gives her some water because evidently she wasn't able to drink. She just has to just stand there. And then once again, we see another bond between these two characters. So they're landing on pretty thick, letting us know that at that point, I just figured, okay, something bad is going to happen to this girl, because I mean, they're building up this connection with them too strong. Kiriko decides that she wants to leave. She's had enough, and she's going to try and escape. That didn't really work out too well for her. She got caught and brought back. When she was brought back, she was killed. And Takeshi,
Wait. But who killed her? Yeah, there you go.
Takeshi did it.
And he looked right at our favorite main character
Raizu.
When he did it. Raizu, yeah. He looked right at him. That was cold.
Bugs, you got anything?
I mean, listen, bro. Like what he said at the end of the movie, that was cold.
Yeah, that's true.
What he did was woo. But what he said at the end, man, I don't blame Raizu for acting the way he did. That would have fired me up like no end.
Yeah.
Someone do that to me in front of my girl, shit. Like oh man. No,
now at this point in time, Ryan, who is with the Interpol department, he's fully on board with Mika at this point in time because he knows that he has been getting listened to or followed, or people from that's up higher than him have been saying things or doing things to him. And he gives Mika a gun and tells her to be careful, and he will meet up with her. She goes home, and when she goes home, ninjas are waiting for her.
Yep.
But fortunately for her, so is Raizu. Now, I wanted to know like how he knew who she was and why he decided to get involved with her.
Yeah, that didn't make too much sense, but he has some kind of inside track on what's going on with the clan somehow.
Maybe this is the same thing that, like you said before, Joe. Maybe this is exactly what happened with the KGB agent. Maybe Raizu did go there to save him, and the ninjas were already there and ended up killing him. And maybe
me, that is the only thing that makes sense, because otherwise, why would he be there?
Yeah. So Mika comes into her apartment. She sees that envelope that we saw at the beginning of the movie with the black sand in it. Do you think she knew what that was? What that meant?
She seemed like she knew what it meant because she got really scared.
Her whole face changed. Like she knew exactly like what the fuck was about to happen.
Yeah. She pours out the black sand, and a ninja jumps out to kill her, and then that's when Raizu's there. He's just, I don't know. I don't know if I like the Spider-Man thing because he was just sticking to the wall, and then jumped down, and the fight started. But this was a pretty cool scene, especially for Mika. Like she didn't know what was going on. She kept the camera. She kept the a light on them as they were fighting.
But it also confirmed all she was talking about right then and there.
Yeah, exactly. So they fight, and Raizu ends up beating this ninja. It wasn't a ninja of any importance. By the way, I did like how they did do the ninjas in this movie. The ninjas weren't treated like the foot soldiers or some of those ninjas that were in Three Ninjas. These are some badass ninjas because Raizu didn't just beat them up without getting hurt himself.
Yeah.
That I did like that with this movie. Anything, Books?
Right. So like that fight scene, particularly in like the apartment with Mika, I felt like how you said, like how he was sticking to the walls. I feel like that was one of those times that I felt like they overdid the CGI.
Okay.
In that fight scene, I just felt like I mean, but I get it though. Like his choice weapon, it causes a lot of blood, but I felt like he could cut too smoothly through the ninjas in that scene. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to
Okay.
say? I just feel like anytime he used that weapon, it was like without a doubt he was just gonna cut your head off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Okay.
just until he fought Osuna at the end, then he like broke the weapon. Now I was like, okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, no one else thought about that this whole time. And for me, also, like, it just made I started thinking. I'm like, man, like, there shows he was training in his apartment alone. Like, I don't know about everybody else, but like, if I don't have any sparring partners, like, I'm not gonna be as sharp as I normally would be. Like,
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
How does he know? Like, how did all of these ninjas that are in this academy, not one person said, "Look, let's figure out how to beat him. Like, let's try to like disarm him or something." You know what I mean?
I mean, I think Takeshi tried to. I mean, I think a lot of them did because he got fucked up in this movie, man. I'm trying not to say, but
he was getting ran over by the fucking cars and shit. Like, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, he had like in various times throughout the movie, like he had ninja stars in him, in his body.
Oh yeah,
you know, he had one in the stomach. When we're at the scene now where he goes, Ozunu tells him to go in and kill the man who has a gold watch on. This guy was strong as hell too because he poked him. He got to him and he poked him in the neck, and he wasn't really fazed by it.
He said it's gonna take more than that to put me down, kid.
I mean, he stabbed him more than one time throughout that fight, and that guy was still, coming at him. Like, it wasn't until he had to take this guy's head and bash him in all of the stalls, the toilets, in order to beat this guy, But did you like that fight, Bugs? Were you okay with this?
Yeah, I thought that fight was fine. Like, I thought that fight was fine.
That fight was pretty realistic.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's why. But and then there's another thing. Just me.
It was a lot of blood too.
When Raizo was in the street and Takashi was about to kill him and he got hit with that car. I don't know about you guys, but you think he should have been dead?
Yes, he definitely should have been dead. The way he was hit.
The way the video panned him, it felt like you would have thought like he flew, like literally flew.
Yeah, he did. He
did. And like hit another car. Like, I don't understand how he was able to walk like there was nothing.
Yeah, I don't either.
He also I think he was the one that got hit when him and Raizo were together. They got hit by a car, right? They rolled over the top.
That's what I thought at first, but I don't know, man. It might have been another ninja. I don't know.
I'm just saying, because then Takashi was walking like it was nothing. I don't know about you, but I mean, like, I would need to be all messed up.
So the first time I saw it, I thought it was just a regular ninja. The second time I thought it could have been Takeshi, but I wasn't sure. So I just said, I don't know. But when he got hit with the car and he flew off the screen like that, I thought he was dead.
I thought when I saw him come back, I was like, how?
Yeah, that part didn't get me to the second time I saw it. And I said, wait a minute. When I saw Takeshi later on, I was like, wait a minute, he should have been dead. He got hit by a car,
Like hard.
So Raizo beats this guy, gets the gold watch. He takes it back to Ozunu and he tries to present it, but Ozunu is telling him to keep it. And then he tells him, but what you said earlier, Joe, well, he had to prove his loyalty or something to the clan.
Yeah, kill a deserter.
Yeah, and it's a girl. And he has to kill her. And then that's when he decides that he no longer wants to be in the clan. And I'm assuming it reminded him of Kirikou. Yes. And he takes out his chain and knife and he fights, but it's just too many ninjas, man. They throw all types of stars and daggers.
But hey, he got a piece of the big boss.
He did. Before he did that, he did slice Ozunu across the face when he did that. And then that's when all hell broke loose. And then he ends up falling into some water with all of these stars and daggers in him. I thought that they should have thought he was dead at that point.
They might have until, they probably figured it out later that he wasn't. What's up?
Just a thought. Just, again, another realistic thought on this. You would die if you hit the water from that far, right?
I thought that too, but he's a ninja.
Not if you're a ninja.
I'm just saying, like, when they're that high up, like anybody else, they hit the water. That feels like it's cement that you're hitting. And you saw how much blood he hit the water with?
Yeah, he was injured. Yeah, he was injured.
Yeah, I just thought.
Yeah. So now, after Takeshi rescues Mika, he ends up going with her to a hotel room, and he ends up staying in the hotel, and he's teaching her to disguise her scent because the clan can smell their scents. Also, he's changing her clothes. Also, I didn't understand the point of that though.
Make her look different, change the scent. Who knows?
Yeah, it must have been a scent thing because he tells her to put those in like a plastic bag or something like that.
To see what she looked like.
All the above.
Now then Mika then contacts Ryan, and they decide to meet up. Now as soon as they get there, Mika tries to introduce Raizu to Ryan, but Raizu already knew that the authorities were there, and they were hidden, but he sensed them that they were there. And then he asked them, why did he do it? A bunch of people are going to die, and they end up taking Raizu away. Mika was pretty mad at Ryan for doing that. She felt betrayed. But we find out later that Ryan didn't. He did that for a purpose. He had a purpose why he did that. He just wasn't being an asshole, Anything? You guys got anything about any of that?
No, that was crazy. That was rotten. And they all ended up paying for that. They were sorry for that later.
Yeah. What did you guys think about how they had Raizu in his cell or prison or whatever that was? Like they had him chained up. They had a thing around his neck. They had lights on him also. Yeah.
It's necessary. Come on.
Now, even though they thought that he was, did they think that he was a bad ninja or what?
They didn't want to take any chances.
Now, this is where, go ahead, Books.
At this point, ninjas are killing everybody. You just keep your eyes on anyone. God forbid, one light went out. He does little scorpion thing where he's like, get over here. He goes back, comes back in.
He poofs.
Left, right, triangle, up, down. He does that.
left, right, triangle, up, down.
That's what it was.
So then Ryan ends up telling Mika that he did that because he's still on her side. So there was a particular reason for him to do that. He believes her. He believes that Raizu is a good person, but he still needed to do things this way. Mika goes to see Raizu. She gives him some water, and then he tells her that they're coming and they're all going to die. She goes back and she tells Ryan what was said. Also, Ryan is talking with Mika. Also, he also gives her a tracking device. And this is used later on in the movie also. And he tells her, I'll be able to find you wherever you are if you turn this tracking device on. When Mika ends up talking to Ryan again, and she tells him that the clan is coming, he doesn't really believe her. And nobody really believes her until the lights go out.
They don't think it's that big a deal. They're like, oh, these guys in pajamas are coming, big deal.
Right. And once again, we see how badass these ninjas are because they come through and they started to wipe these guys away. They're being cut in half. They're being sliced across the chest. Their legs are being cut off. Their arms are being cut off. Man, like I never just seen a group of ninjas in a movie in a movie like this before.
They were brutal.
Yeah,
they do not play around. They just take care of business.
Yeah, Mika goes and she rescues Raizu. Thank goodness.
In just the nick of time too.
Yeah, because the ninja's coming in there to wipe him out. Also, luckily somehow he has strength to still fight. It looked like he was starting to dehydrate. She takes him some water. So to me, Like I wouldn't have thought that he would have had the strength to fight, but he did. There was some good fights also. Anything, Bugs?
No, I was just gonna say, if only they would have had these types of fight scenes in American Ninja.
Man, don't bring that movie up, man.
Gene's still traumatized.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now after this, man, Ryzen was about to really pretty much get beat up a lot. Because this is when he's going to be fighting multiple ninjas. Him and Mika are going to get separated. She's going to eventually run and get in a car, and he is going to fight the ninjas as best as he can. And Takeshi's there, but they're just he's fighting them, but he's running at the same time, and they're just picking him apart, throwing stars at him, slicing him. Falling out. He's falling through glass. Like you guys said earlier, like he's running in traffic. He's getting hit by cars, all types of things, man.
Yeah, he's getting all messed up.
I mean, he jumped through that glass on his own, but he hit that car hard when he
Yeah.
landed.
Now I find it kind of interesting that Mika just shows up at the right time to save him. And she was the one that was actually driving the car, and she kind of turned and used the back end of the car to.
Who taught her how to drive like that?
I don't know.
That was some Fast and Furious shit right there.
Right. She was able to fight off a ninja herself because there was a ninja on her car also.
She shot him in the foot. She got lucky.
That was the weakest ninja I've ever seen.
What'd you say, Bugs?
That was the weakest ninja. She tried to go at the end and take on a ninja. I was like, why didn't you just stay in your lane? Just stay where you were.
I agree. She should have died many times.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That ninja threw a lot of ninja stars at her car also, because we see it later on in the parking lot, and it was just covered.
That part was cracking me up a little bit.
Yeah, it did to me too. Anyway, so she rescues Raizu, and she ends up taking him to the motel. I don't know if it's the same motel as earlier that they were at or not. I'm not sure. She ends up taking him there because she was originally going to take him to the hospital, but he said no hospitals. She ends up taking him to this motel, and she ends up whispering in his ear that she hopes that he forgives her for what she's about to do.
He's like meditating or something.
That was smart.
Oh yeah, it was smart. So basically what she did was she ended up turning on the tracking device that was given to her. But she put it, inside of Raizu. So she pretty much made him swallow it. Because we see it come up later on. Because I didn't know at first. At first I thought that she might have either put it in his hand or put it in one of his wounds. And once I saw it for that second time, I just assumed where she had put it. And
I kind of forgot about that. I kind of forgot about that part. So when she hit that thing, and then the ninja came and got him, and she's outside the hotel, I'm like, oh, that's some treacherous. And I'm like, oh yeah, never mind. But at first I was like, dang, that's mean.
Yeah, man,
you saved your life so many times.
Yeah, I was so quick to judge the book by its cover, and then when I saw how it panned out, I was like, she was smart.
Right. Because she put smoke around her to disguise her scent, so they didn't know where she was. Also, she was hiding outside in the bushes.
They were hyper focused on him though too.
Right. Anything? You guys got anything else?
Yeah. So while he's being taken in whatever vehicle or mode of transportation back to the compound, he was doing his healing.
Yeah.
Healing his mortal. I'm sorry. I don't care any kind. That to me, that's the only part I do have a problem with. That was a mortal, deadly slice that he had on that stomach.
Yeah.
And to just do his ninja healing to heal that up. But old man who taught it to him couldn't heal his face. That don't make no sense to me.
Well, he did. It wasn't healed perfectly. Like you still saw the scar. And I'm assuming,
yeah, but he was blind in that eye. He healed like that cut was like 6 inches deep.
So you wanted his eye to grow back?
I'm not saying grow back, but you should. That's what I'm saying. Like what is the capability of this healing is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right about that, Joe.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
That's traditional ninjutsu though. Like that's like traditional technique. You're supposed to do that before you touch the katana. You go through that, and you're supposed to like say like a certain set of like words. So like if there's like another ninja movie like that like is like true traditional like ninja roots, and it's similar to Ninja Assassin, that they do that before they touch the katana or they put on like the ninja cloak. So that's why when he did it, I was just surprised to see him do it to heal himself. I never seen that.
That's interesting.
Okay. So they have him, and they were going to kill him because some of the we hear some of the ninja talking, saying kill him, he's a traitor, this, that, and the other, he's a murderer. But then Takeshi comes in and says, no, let's take him to our father. He will be the one to kill him. Let that be his honor. So they ended up taking him back to Ozunu for him to kill. And then that's when Ozunu is, he's doing things to him. He's hitting him, and that's when he's doing that thing to his side that Bugs was talking about earlier, where he was hitting him in his ribs. And Raizu, he tells him that he must be getting old or he's getting soft or something like that, because I guess it wasn't hurting him as bad as it did when he was a kid. So he's being a smart ass.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And then that's when he ends up spitting out the tracking device. So it was inside of him. It was in his stomach. And then that's when the military police get there. And then they come in shooting. They came in. Actually, you know what? Also, I missed a part in the movie also. Once that tracking device came on, they knew exactly where they were. And they went to the motel to get them. But when they got there, Mika had already said that the clan had took them 10 minutes ago. So I guess she told them that, I put the device in him. We can still follow him from where he is now. And that's what they did. They showed up to the compound and they came in shooting. It was a pretty good fight because the ninjas were trying to fight, but they were getting wiped away. I mean, I guess you can't beat bullets. You guys got anything to say about this whole fight?
Once they came in and they were more coordinated and they had some lights, on the situation, yeah, they were able to handle themselves a lot better than before.
And also, some of the ninjas were actually like on the roofs trying to get away, and they were just getting shot while they were on the roof. Takeshi, he is going after Raizu. And he's not alone. He has a few, like 4 other ninjas with him. And Raizu has to fight all 4 of these guys before he gets to Takeshi. And then him and Takeshi started fighting. And Takeshi pissed him off, right, Bugs, by what he said.
Yeah, man, that was messed up when he said, he said, do you remember when I stuck her? Or do you remember what she sounded like?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember the sound she made?
Bro,
right.
Let someone say that to me, man. That is over with, man.
Now, do you think the way he killed Takeshi, do you think that was gruesome enough?
I mean, me personally,
or did you think it's something a little bit more spectacular?
To me personally, it wasn't even enough. Like I'm sitting there and I'm taking them back to my closet so I can stick them some more. It's just me.
What did you think, Joe?
No, it was good enough for me.
Okay,
he had to save some for the big boss.
That's right. Now he's going after Ozunu, and he is walking the way that he learned when he was a little kid, to be quiet without making the floor creak. And Ozunu knows he's coming, and he says, like, you have remembered everything that I taught you. And then they start to fight. Did you enjoy this fight? Was this a pretty good fight? I mean, I like the fact that he was an old man, but he wasn't treated like a punk or an old man. Like, he was still treated like a badass ninja. No,
he showed his skills out for sure.
Right. Did you like this fight, Bugs?
Personally, I hate that dude.
But did you like the fight? Did you like this fight scene?
I just like watching him die. Like every time he plays in a ninja movie, he's always the bad guy. I hate it
because he makes a really good bad guy.
He does, but I just don't like.
Okay. Now, honestly, Raizu is actually getting beat up in this fight.
Oh, he's getting his ass tapped.
Yeah, he is. Like he's trying his best, but he's getting messed up. And actually, at one point in time, it looks like he's about to get killed when Mika shows up. And Mika shows up, and she shoots Ozunu. And now Ozunu has a new target. Now he's going to go after Mika. And
he had no problem going right after her.
No, he uses ninja speed. But that was pretty sweet how he did that. I didn't mind that ninja speed that he was doing because he was doing it with Raizu. But now he's going after Mika, and he ends up getting behind her, and he ends up stabbing her. And then Raizu, I guess that was the motivation that he needed to, take his skills to another level. All
the tricks that Boss Man was using on him, he used that back on him now and got him.
Right. He's using the
I like
speed
that
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like the fact that Mika wasn't the one who killed Ozunu, because I was like, oh man, that would have been whack. Raizu should have been the one who killed Ozunu, and that's exactly what they end up doing. Anything, Books?
I thought she should have minded her business, but he also wouldn't have been alive.
Well, I mean, he did save her quite a few times throughout the whole movie, so I guess she figured, let me pay him back a little bit.
Not with that.
I agree, Angel. You're not wrong.
She's
not a ninja. She has. Who cares if you have a gun? You're not a ninja.
Do it with the person that you shot in the foot. Like, don't do it with him. Like, you're definitely not on his level. Like, his level is definitely something different.
But also, you said you didn't like him, so you don't. I mean, you didn't like the fact that
I didn't like him. But I definitely hated him once he stuck her. Then I was like, oh damn, like you're just an asshole. You're just killing everyone. Like that's not fair. Like pick on someone of your own skill level.
Well, Raizu was able to muster up the strength. Go ahead, Joe. You about to say something?
Oh, I mean, obviously, Raizu, he did what he had to do, and he got him at the end. I was gonna ask every time you see like ninjas and stuff, when they do like a final blow with the sword, what is there in the collarbone right there? Like, what is that? I'm always wondering about that.
I got you. Ready? I got you.
What is it?
I learned this when we watched War. My brother told me. So the reason why they always remember in War when Jet Li cut the I forgot what his name was, whatever it was. So you cut this, like so the artery, the veins and the muscles that connect to the neck, like that shoulder, you cut that disables the whole arm. So that's why you go for those. Like, that's why whenever you cut, you always cut on both sides of like the shoulder blades because it disables the movements from the arms. So now it's almost like they're just limp. There's no movements in that. That's why in War, when he cut him on that side, he can only use this hand to move. He couldn't use his right hand anymore.
I didn't know if it was like an artery or something there that like killed you or what, but I always noticed that with ninjas.
It disables them. It's kind of like kissing a dragon when he stuck the needle in him. It's just remember, like the back of your neck, you have all the nerves, so that's the spot to go to.
So Raizu ends up beating Ozunu. He ends up taking out Mika to the police, and we find out that Mika did not die. Just like the old man at the beginning of the movie, her heart was in a different place. It was on the right side of her instead of the left side of her. Did you not like that part, Joe?
I was fine with that part.
I liked it.
It is what it is.
Circle.
I didn't want her to die, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So we find out that she is going to live also. Raizu pretty much just backs up and walks away, goes back to the compound.
I have a question. This is the only thing I got confused on. Did they know he was there when he brought her out, when the paramedics came? Because the way it looked like he was talking and no one saw he was there, but he was there. Like he used like a ninja.
Oh, I didn't take it that way. I took it that they knew.
I didn't take it that way either.
Yeah,
because he said, "Oh, she's special," but they didn't. It acted like they didn't even hear him. That's why
he said her heart is special. He said that a couple times.
Yeah, but he said that at the end when he was next to the guy calling in the medics, and the guy just going like he acted like he didn't even see him.
Yeah, I got you. I see what you're saying. But I when I saw it, I just didn't think that way.
That confused me.
Okay. And that was pretty much in. We see him back at the compound, and he goes up to where Kirikou had tried to escape from, and he looked at the land and thought that oh, this is freedom, pretty much, because he didn't have to deal with them anymore as far as running from them or fighting. Now, my thing is, what is he going to do after that? Like, how does he live?
That's a good question. I mean, he just went up to the wall and kind of seen what was on the other side. If they're going to do a second one, maybe that's like the road that leads to the other clans or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay.
Curious about that.
It's not a bad movie. Would you guys give it as a grade?
Oh, you want me to go? I'll go. I'll say B plus. You know, there's some few things, and it's not my favorite movie, but I really enjoyed it. I do like the blood and gore. I like the weapon play. So yeah, I enjoyed it. B plus.
Okay. I give it a B plus also. It really wasn't too much to really complain about the movie. I mean, I enjoyed it. The first time I saw it, I didn't like it. I thought it was weird as hell. I'm serious. Like the flashbacks kind of messed me up the first time I saw it because I didn't realize that it was a flashback. You know, so if you're not paying 100% attention to the movie while you're watching it, you might miss something or not understand certain things. So. But when I saw it the second time, it made a little bit more sense. And when you saw it at the end, you kind of pieced everything together and it made it better. So I give it a B plus also. What about you, Bugs?
I was giving it an A minus.
Okay. All right.
I would watch this again, actually. Like, honestly,
okay.
I'm probably gonna watch it again this week. I like the movie. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I like the movie a lot. So
okay, you guys, Bugs, look at the list and decide what's next. Well, I tell you that. When it comes to fencing as a martial arts, so far it looks like it's almost pretty much tied, man. It's like 15-14. Now, did you guys vote on that also?
14 what? 15 or 14 what?
15-14 yes and 14 no. But don't get
I voted no.
Bullshit. It's 15 yes, 14 no. 15 yes means yes, it's a martial art.
Yeah, but I didn't vote. So I can go press no right now, and it's going to be 15-15. I was trying to tell you not to get so excited with this, man. I was trying to tell you, but you kept talking. So when we get off of this, I'm going to go hit no, and it's going to be 15-15.
To make it work for you. You did the same shit in the chat. You twisted to make it work for you.
No, I'm telling the truth, man. I'm telling the truth. And now, as far as Rocky's movie, man, that is a blowout. It's 21-10. 21 no. Nobody thinks Rocky is a martial arts movie, man. You wasn't going to get that. Come on, man.
I'll try. So let me ask you a question. So I'm looking at the list now, but going with this movie, Ninja Assassin, I really think we should watch Ninja. Now Ninja is not an old movie. It was made actually around like the same time, I think 2009. It's with Scott Adkins. You guys, have you guys ever seen Undisputed 2?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So Boyka, he's the main guy in this, but you get to see him in a different way. In all seriousness, I think it'll be cool to watch that, and let's compare Ninja Assassin to Ninja.
Okay.
I think you guys will like it, honestly.
I'm good with that.
Have you seen this movie, Joe?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So this will be fun.
Most people haven't seen it. Honestly, they came out with Ninja 1 and Ninja 2. They're actually really good. Like like Scott Adkins is known for like making movies that like when they hit Netflix, they're like pretty good on Netflix. So
okay.
It's a pretty good movie. So if you're able to watch it, it's just Ninja. Just look.
Is it on Netflix now? Is it on Netflix now?
Yeah.
It might be. Honestly, don't know.
Oh, you know what? Maybe not. But I'll check.
Okay. Well, if not, I'll get it on Prime. If it's on Prime.
Worst comes to worst, just type in Scott Adkins. You'll see it. He comes up because he's the main star in that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So this wasn't, like I said, this wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed it. So if you guys listen to the podcast, you want to watch it, check it out. Let us know what you guys think of the movie. You guys got any closing remarks?
Don't watch this with your kids.
Yeah, they don't do that with your kids. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Joe might watch it with his kids. My
son watched Mortal Kombat, so he's good.
Now, remember you said that's why I said that, man. So, okay. You got any closing remarks, Joe?
Oh, no, I'm good. I wish we had come up with something we could debate. Last week, we had so much debate. It was insane. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, those are always the best ones. Bugs, you got anything?
No. Just man. Just make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Tell your mama, tell your friend, tell your husband, tell your side girl, side man.
And also check out jumpkickcomic.com and jumpkickathletics.com. Stay safe, stay strong, and we will see you guys next week. We out. Peace.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.